Hello, Sangha. Welcome to day 3. What was it Billy Connolly said? If you don't like the weather in Scotland, wait 10 minutes. So it's 24 hours later and the sun is shining. I decided I would come in the back garden today. So you might hear the neighbours cutting their grass, or kids running around, or cats, dogs, maybe some birds still. So don't feel like anything that we do in these 10 days is compulsory. It's all suggestions, right? It's a way of you maybe moving just a bit more freely, connecting to your breath a bit more effectively, and hopefully finding some quietness for your mind. Okay, so we'll begin lying on our back today. Let one hand rest in your belly, one hand rest in your heart. Take some really slow breaths in and out down here. Just let your body settle a bit more. And then bring your hands by your sides. And you can make either like a snow angel movement where your arms go wide and up over your head, rather than this one we always do almost, where we take the arms up off the ground and over our head. But see what you feel like doing today. So you can take them up and over like we regularly do. Or you can take them wide with your palms face up like a snow angel movement. And then press your feet into the floor once you've done a few of them. And we're going to do a couple of variations in this movement. So let your hips come up, maybe a little bit higher, and then slowly down. Try that a couple more times. Elevating your hips and slowly down. Okay. Once you've done 2 or 3, let's try a slight variation where you center your left foot, bring your right ankle over your left thigh, and push down through one foot and let it lift up and down. Maybe changing the position of your foot just to see how that feels as you lift up and down. And try a couple of them on the other side. So your right foot on the floor, your left ankle over your right thigh, and slowly coming up and down. Maybe one more time. Good. And then hug both knees towards you, taking your hips from side to side, massaging your back against the floor. Making smaller circles, bigger circles, wider circles. Circles with your knees closer together. All these movements that are helpful for our lower back, and you feel like you're getting massaged into the ground. Roll out to the side that feels comfortable for you. Push up and come to a seated position. See how this feels today. And place one hand on your knee. Place the fingers of your opposite hand to the back of your head. Let your elbow drift back. And then your elbow come diagonally across. Let your elbow go back. And then diagonally across. Once or twice more. When you want to release your hand, release your hand. And when you want to reach out with your arm, reach out with your arm. And reach beyond with your arm. So reaching all the way back and all the way forward. And then reach up. Give that side a wee shake off through the wrist, through the forearm, through the elbow, the upper arm, your shoulder. Maybe roll through your shoulder. Find movements for your shoulder that feel good for you. And then let's try that on the other side. So hand on your knee, fingers to the back of your head. Let your elbow drift back. And then your elbow come forward and down. So opening up across the front of our chest, across your shoulder, across your pectoralis muscles, and then coming forward and down. Releasing the hand when you want to release your hand. And then reach all the way out with your arm, all the way back, all the way forward and beyond. all the way out, and all the way back. Once or twice more. You can do more or less, whatever you feel like to do. And then shake off that. Get it nice and loose through your wrist, through your forearm, through your elbow, through your upper arm, through your shoulder. And then let some rolling happen through that shoulder. Okay? You can reach backwards, forwards, using the full range of the shoulder joint. That's what we kind of want for our joints. We want them to all, you don't even take it in your wrists. You think of all the joints you have in your body, all the potential they have for movement. We don't necessarily want extreme movement, but we want to keep things moving, even your elbow joints, you know, like, so if you bring your elbows to the same height as your shoulders, you can make circles, getting the elbow joint moving. And you can change the direction of your circles whenever you want to. Good, good. Shake it off. Bring your hands towards the front of your mat, your knees towards the middle. Lift and lay your hands, lift and lay your knees. Extend out through your right leg. Reach it all the way back. Drop your hip, bend your knee, and point your toes up. Lift that toe a little higher. So you feel the back of your leg working, and then bring your knee towards your elbow. And do this a few times. Inhale up, exhale through, inhale up, exhale through. Okay. Last one, inhale up, exhale through, and then reach it all the way back. Give it a shake off. Kipchoge, the famous marathon runner, is a real fan of that movement for strengthening at the back of his glutes and his thighs. Okay, let the back of your, the front of your knee come down actually, not the back of your knee, and reach out with the left leg. Reach it back, lower your hip, bend your knee, point your toes up, lift your hip a little bit higher, and then bring your knee towards your elbow. Inhale up, exhale underneath. So this movement lends itself to some natural cat and cow movement. Just taking it up and forward. Last one. And then reach it all the way out, give it a shake off, and let your knee come down. Take your hips from side to side, your shoulders from side to side. Walk your hands back towards your knees, see how your kneeling feels today. All these things, I kind of like, we have a few daily things that I think we should try each day. A bit of kneeling, some squatting, okay. Let your hands come forward, let your knees come down. Extend out through your right leg, this time reach it out straight. And take your left hand forward. Take an inhale, reach a little further with your fingers and your toes, and exhale, connect them underneath. Inhale, go long. Exhale, come underneath. Couple more times. Reaching out and gathering, reaching out. Then let your hands and your knee rest. Switch to the other side. Left leg out, right arm out. Take an inhale. Exhale, connect them underneath. Inhale, going long, looking forward. Exhale, gathering underneath. Inhale, long. Exhale, under. One more time. Inhale, long. Let your hand come down. Let your knee come down. Take your knees a bit wider. Touch your big toes together. Sink your hips back to your heels. Let your elbows come to rest. Your forehead come to rest. Taking slow breaths in and out down here. Almost let your body melt. Feel the heat if you're outside. And let your body rest. Lift your head, lift your elbows, walk your hands back towards your knees. Bring your knees together. And let your hips rest on your heels, kneeling again. So we're going to do one more practice, one more little sequence, working from all fours, and then we're going to come to stand, and we're going to do Utkatasana, the chair posture today. So bring your hands forward. Reach out with your right leg. Reach forward with your left hand. Bend your right knee like we did initially. Turn your left thumb face down. Sweep your hand back. Find your foot. and lift up. See if you can touch the sky with your toes. Bring your head up to it. And feel the front of your thigh opening, and you can lower your knee up and down if that's helpful. And then gently release. Let your hand come down, let your knee come down. And then Tom's has not made an appearance yet. He was down with me in the garden earlier. But I'll bring him to the next one. Take your hips from side to side. And then let's try that on the other side. So extend out through your left leg. Extend out through your right hand. Take an inhale, reach a little bit further. Bend your back knee. Turn your right thumb face down, sweep it all the way back. Find your foot. Elevate it up. Lift your chest. You can move your knee up and down if that's helpful for you. Reach in up to the sky with your toes. Letting your knee again maybe come down, lifting your chest up a bit. Just this opening of the front of your body. And then release that, give it a shake off, hand down, knee down, tuck your toes underneath, walk your hands back towards your knees, like we did yesterday when I couldn't keep my balance. Keep your toes tucked under, let your knees come down and your hips come to rest on your heels. So let's see where we are with this movement that we tried yesterday. The knees coming up and down. And if you want to try that without your hands, you can let the knees come up and down. It's a little bit easier on the firmer ground. And this sets us up for chair posture. So reach your arms out in front, push into the floor, come all the way up. And then shake off. Get nice and loose through both legs, through both arms. And bring your feet together for the first way that we're going to do this today. Turn your thumbs face out. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, bend your knees and sink your hips. Reaching the fingers up, the hips down, chest up. Good, taking slow breaths here. Bring your palms together. Take another slow breath here. So you're making a sort of lightning bolt shape with your body. So your torso is one way, your hips and your thighs another way, and your legs are your lower legs are matching your torso. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, bring your left elbow to your right knee. Inhale, reach both arms up, keep your palms together. And exhale to the other side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, drifting down. Maybe even get your elbow outside your knee. Watch for your knees sliding in front of each other. Try and keep them together. Point your right elbow up, your left elbow down. Inhale up. Exhale last time to the other side. Pushing the outside edge of your elbow against the outside edge of your knee and maybe looking up. And then inhale, straighten all the way up. And exhale, shake off. Get nice and loose. This time take your feet a little bit wider. Okay, we're going to come to a posture called Uttanasana, which is a standing forward fold. And then we're going to play with that in and out of a few things there, okay? Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. I'm going to turn to the side. You can see a little bit better. And reach your hands as far forward as you can. Keeping the back strong, and then let your fingertips come to rest on your shins, and then inhale, extend everything. As you exhale, soften your knees. Let your fingertips come towards the floor. Put bends in each knee. Bend your knees, reach your hands out in front, inhale all the way up again. And exhale, shake off. Both arms, both legs. Putting your feet forward, it's super hot today. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale as far forward as you can. Let your hands come to rest on your shins, extend your head forward, your hips back, and your heels down. Soften your knees again. On the exhale, let everything come towards the ground. Maybe your palms come towards the ground, maybe it's just your fingertips. And then walk them to one side. So walk them off one way, bring them back to the centre, walk them off the other way, bring them back to the centre. Soften your right knee and turn and reach up with your left hand. Let it come down. Soften your left knee. Inhale up with your right hand. Exhale, let it come down. One more time either side. Inhale, reach in. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach in. Exhale, down. And then sink to squat all the way from here. So some of you will squat with your heels down. Most of us maybe have our heels up. Okay. And let your weight come forwards and backwards on your feet. Take your squat for a walk if you want. Let your elbows rest on your knees and your knees go from side to side. Keep a smile on your face. Kipchoge, who I was talking about earlier, when he begins to feel like his race is getting a bit tougher, he starts to smile. When I'm in running events that I feel get tougher, then I try and change my mindset. I try and say I'm strong and powerful. I'm strong and powerful. And eventually I do feel stronger and more powerful. I think there's a pigeon in the tree behind the camera. So from there, let's bring our weight towards the floor. Crossing your legs or lying on your back. See how you feel today. There's various mudras, which is shapes that we can make with our body. I've spoke about them in this series already, okay? And like I said before, they're there to try and help us symbolize externally what we want to achieve internally, okay? So some shapes you make with your hands are symbolizing to other people what you want to achieve. There's obviously other ones too, okay? So if you say this, we're meaning peace, okay? You know the other ones, I'm sure. And when we do ones like pointing our fingers towards us, we're trying to communicate internally to ourselves what we want to connect to achieve to. So maybe point your fingers towards your heart and take some slow breaths in and out from here. Let your shoulders soften a little more. Keep your spine long. Try to make your breath smoother and slower. Try to make your connection to your foundation more steady. If you want to lie on your back and pause the video, lie on your back and let it pause. Whenever you want to slowly let some movement happen in your body, in your fingers, your toes. If you need more time, if you have more time to rest and relax. When we rest, we grow, you know, like when we exercise and we break down our muscle, it's when we rest and let it repair and grow back, it grows back stronger. So rest is not a luxury, it's essential, okay? Let your fingertips connect, the base of your palms connect. Thank you for your practice today. Be kind to yourself. It has a real influence on your physiology when you're speaking kindly to yourself. And be kind to those you come across, who knows what's happened for them today. Thank you, everyone.